Hello everyone, it's Zeph again, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of my favorite music genres, including black metal, noise, and so on, and how they all have influenced each other. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I kind of wanted to get something for the end of the year, and hope you guys like it. So first we're going to talk about how in the Timbuk fuck can black metal sound like this, or like this.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, so on to the historical shit. So first off, when you think of black metal, you probably think of these guys, or this guy, or the infamous story of all three, but we're not going to be talking about that today. I will say Kulia on YouTube has a very good video that briefly and humorously summarizes the story of Mayhem. So, specifically, I will be talking about raw black metal and more noise-oriented projects. Of course, there's so many fucking genres, I can't even get into all of them, but first we're going to be talking about Kellersynth, which is one of the more prominent, more internet-related genres. So this video that I took off of YouTube was essentially what it was like when I found the genre. So this genre was mainly conceived by Siegfried of Grolfried, Schandermond, and several other projects. So there's a lot of, unfortunately, fascist imagery that is seen with this music genre. I tend to not really care as much about the political stuff. But yeah, I just like to think of it as funky wizard music, though other people not so much. Andreas Bettinger, also known as Besod, began the concept which would later become Kellersynth by using digital synthesizers within his black metal projects. So it is undeniable that Bettinger, or Besod, had an incredible amount of talent when it came to playing various instruments. He's talked about in previous interviews of having played instruments as a child, and actually his first project, Lechne Izan, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but that came out in 95, I believe, when Bettinger was only 15 years old. And he created the masterpiece that everyone knows as Kreuze in 1997 when he was 17. So Besod really has a very big, one could say, juxtaposition of the kind of music that he makes. On one hand, it can be beautifully melodic, like Kreuze, for example, or it can be just straight noise, like Blasphemia, for example. One of my personal favorites is HMH, also known as Heroin Makes Happy. Specifically, the album It's Never Too Late to Say Yes to H. The specific track that I love off of that one is H Monkeys, which I believe is essentially just Besod playing around with a microphone and just humming a tune of some song he liked or something he made up. It sounds like Beaker from the Muppets listening to rock music, and it's pretty funny.
Hey.
Okay, so Weirdly enough, in contrast to that, we have this. Okay, so now we get into Blasphemia, which I mentioned it earlier. So what is Blasphemia exactly? It's one of B-Sod's, in my opinion, best noise projects. He in fact did a cover of the song Zombie by the Cranberries, which I think is very interesting considering that he tends to steer clear of mainstream music, one could say. But yeah. So as you can tell, the song has a very crude sound to it, but I think that's what makes it so good, in my opinion, is that he took this song that was really famous and kind of made his own thing of it, and still incorporating noise somewhat, which is the next thing we'll be talking about. So when we think of noise, you probably think of just people screaming into microphones or smashing stuff, which that does exist. Though there is also a different side of noise music that is more electronics oriented, and that is known as power electronics. That has recently grown on me a lot, mainly because of the chaos behind it and the fact that it is simply performance art. Though with some elements, more natural, human, instinctual elements when it comes to rhythm and so on, which is what I like so much about it. So who created power electronics? Well, Whitehouse, which is a London-based group formed in 1980 by William Bennett, was credited as having created the whole genre. Bennett is quoted as saying, "I often fantasized about creating a sound that could bludgeon an audience into submission." So next I'll be covering black noise, which is essentially what a lot of my projects are. According to Write Your Music, black noise also covers projects that are primarily noise, but consistently involve black metal features, such as shrieked vocals, fast tempos, blast beats, and an overall morbid aesthetic. It's most often loud and intense in sound, and is often unorganized and minimalistic. So to return to B-Sod, he has 147 different criminal charges to his name, most of which are drug-related. Many on the internet especially know him as an addict of heroin for the last 30 years or so of his life. It started when he was in his teen years, according to an interview from him and things that other people have said about him. And I think the drug use throughout his life definitely influenced a lot of his music, the way the music sounds, the way the vocals sound, just to emulate what it's like being on heroin or something similar. So Andreas, or B-Sod, and his wife Melsa, also known as Sandra, worked together on numerous projects throughout their years together. And she unfortunately passed in 2013, possibly due to a drug overdose of some kind, or, as I've heard mentioned on other sites, possibly a stroke. So thank you for listening, and I will be doing a part 2 shortly. Thank you. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys next time. Bye.